Thanks for tuning in to A Deeper Look Within, hosted by Ione Jeffries. Please help us welcome today's guest, bass player and arranger, Darion Alexander.
Hey.
Hi.
What up?
Okay. Thank you for joining us for this episode of A Deeper Look Within.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate
it. So just to jump right in, seeing how much you are involved in so many different music communities here in North Carolina. Where'd you start? Where were your origins with music? Have you always played bass? Or is there any other instrument that you play?
I play a little bit of keys. Not too many people know that. Just like, I know enough to write a song with. You know what I mean? I'm not heavily into it. I play sousaphone.
What is that?
Tuba. Some people call it tuba. It's that big thing you see at the New Orleans.
Yeah.
Like for the second line or the funerals, or you know what I mean?
They call it a who? A sousaphone?
Yeah, sousaphone.
Okay.
Yeah. I started out, I had a lot of exposure to any music from like Phil Collins to Bootsy Collins. I mean, no, yeah, they got the same last name, but I didn't mean to throw them together like that. But Steely Dan, Stevie Wonder, I was exposed to a lot, even growing up in church, like being at the rehearsals and seeing how they arranged, seeing how they put arrangements together, all that stuff kind of came together.
Right.
And then to what you hear now, as far as like helping arrange music and writing and things of that nature in my playing styles, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Oh, awesome. Who are some of your favorite artists to like play with? And I hope I'm not calling you out too much there, but do you have anybody who you're like, yo, like when we work together, like when I work with this person, I know it's gonna be fire?
You put me on blast. Goodness. There's a few. I don't want to name all of them because I'm gonna get a funny look. But
right.
Yeah. Definitely. Out at the top of that list is definitely Reese Palmer.
Yeah. Y'all work together on everything.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, I've been very fortunate. It hasn't been that long, I don't feel. It feels like it, but like it hasn't been that long though, believe it or not. We know some of the same people. Phil Cook, definitely.
Yeah.
Phil Cook. Who else do I really want to name? I don't want to say any names, but dang, who is it? The foreign exchange was always fun to like have. It was a lot of fun working with them. Also, it was G Yamazawa.
Yeah.
You
named some heavy hitters. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Shoot, I put you on that list too, obviously. Yeah. And especially with the project that's coming out, the projects that are coming out. Shauna Tucker. I think that's about it for now.
Heavy hitter. Like literally. Some people who they're legends in their own rights for sure. Everybody that you just named. And that's beautiful. I hope that we get to hear the projects that you're on or like involved with. So I know you are a musician full time. How have you been affected by the current state of the world? And more than that, in what ways are you still able to support yourself?
Oh goodness, I'm still able to support myself through teaching. I teach with a company in Chapel Hill. I'm thankful for that. But when this first hit, like I was like, all right, maybe it won't be too much. I still got gigs, be it corporate and studio sessions and things of that nature. But then when everything got shut down, it was just like, oh, you know what I mean? Because every musician knows, like, you got gigs on the back burner of people that you can call and be like, hey, what's up? Is anything going on? And they got you. But everything got
everything
for a lot of us. So at this time, if musicians aren't, it would be a wise time to get on these freelancing websites and see if there's anything.
What are a few of them? Do you mind like naming some?
Airgigs.com is another good freelancer website for vocalists. Well, it's all musicians. We're all musicians, but I'm just saying in those categories, vocalists. Can do songs, voiceover work, guitar players. Awesome. There's a job for every instrument on that website.
Well, you telling me go and get on the platform? Okay, I heard you.
Yeah. Yeah, so air gigs, I say that's the top one right now, but
Yeah.
just gotta put your feelers out there and really see what's happening. You know?
Yeah. And in the midst of everything going on, what were your goals for 2020? Or like, I noticed that you play a lot and you tour a lot, but you've been taking like a mean transition to doing a lot more studio work, but more so even in the field of like songwriting now, right? And arrangement.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the next step. Touring and everything, that's great, but I feel myself shifting along the lines. I'm thinking more. I've always thought longevity, but now it's like the action is being more. My action is more towards that. So when people hear these albums, be it artists they never heard of before, but you never know if you play or record for this artist and record their music. Their music can be put on Netflix or something like that, or you're in the airport. Somewhere in Europe, man, who did that song? You sound down it and you see, find out everything, the musicians, etc. You see my name on there or whatever. Yeah. So I want to be liner notes worthy, and
you are. You definitely are.
Thank you. I want to be more so liner notes worthy. I still like to tour and everything when the opportunity comes, but I got to try something else, and see what happens.
I feel that.
Just never know. You never know, but that's the goal. Just to get more into songwriting, collaborating a little bit more, and then more studio work.
Yeah. How do you stay motivated, or how do you stay influenced?
Anything from checking out some of my favorite musicians. I could be watching a boxing match. Like you get influence. I get my influence from many different things.
Really, boxing? Do you box?
The underdog. You know what I mean? Like I've never boxed a day in my life, but I watch it. Like I won't even pretend to be that guy. I'm not a boxer. I need my hands. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I need my hands, but I get my inspiration from a lot of different things.
Yeah. Can you name some?
Bob Ross, y'all know who he is, right? The painter guy with the big afro and the beard. Just so calming, if you will.
That's where you get inspiration?
What'd you say?
That's where you get your inspiration?
Part of it.
Oh, wow.
Because he creates, he's not stressed about what he's doing. He's not rushed.
Yeah.
He takes his time, and everything he does comes out, like, beautiful. He's not rushed. Wow. He's not worried about what anybody else is thinking. He's not pressured.
Okay. He called me
He
out.
has no shade. I mean, R.I.P., but...
Yeah. I think
Thundercat... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead. You finish. I get excited talking to you.
Because he's gonna be Thundercat regardless. He doesn't care. He's going to be himself, even status or whatever. Like, he's gonna be Thundercat. Erykah Badu, she's gonna be herself. She doesn't care about what society is doing or what's popping or none of that. Those are just a few. I'll leave it at that. But
again, heavy hitters. You're naming some really some legendary people right now. So in that, how are you maintaining your balance within yourself, or like just staying level-headed?
That's been a challenge, honestly. I mean, the current events. I think during this time, we can all stay positive as much as we can, but you got to acknowledge that those dark moments too and deal with them as well. That's how you'll stay strong. You can't just deal with one side of things. You know what I mean? You're gonna feel.
Can you elaborate further into that?
Like the need to stay positive, and we become addicted to it. I feel like I gotta stay positive, but there's a mix, or I won't say a mix, but to say in a fair way, like it's 50-50. But you got to deal with your dark side. Like, these times may bring out the best and the worst in people. But if you deal with your light side for so long, like when that dark side, be it depression or, stress, self-doubt, anything like that. Yeah. Like if you deal with the light for so long, you don't deal with the other stuff and try to keep it balanced that way, it'll eat you alive. Like I had a week-long stint. It's just a week. I'm sure some people go through it longer than that. But for me, a week is a long time dealing with, like, being depressed, especially about the stuff that's happening now, you know what I mean? And as well as anything else that pops up for anybody else personally. It's like you got to deal with that, too. For
sure. Thank you for sharing that. And to add to what you're saying, like, You're 1000% correct. And I know for myself, even, this is something that a good friend said to me a couple of days ago. They're like, yo, like, even when you don't have anything to do, you will create something to do just to be doing something. And I think that this series, A Deeper Look Within, is even a testament to that. Because let me tell you, like, I've been practicing social distancing, though I still go to the studio, and I make sure it's only myself there. But that's how I breathe. Like, music just, it fuels me and it heals me in a way that not many other things can do or like really reach me, I feel. Moving on from that, though, as musicians, how important do you think that, and how critical do you think that our profession is going to be, like, coming out of this and even getting through it?
I feel after this blows over, I think the musician community, of course it's going to be different, but in the aspect of, like, rather than the crabs in the barrel mentality, which we see it's out there, social media or real life, it's out there. I think we're going to be more together and more open and receptive towards everybody's differences musically.
Yeah.
It's necessary. I mean, we are all we have, but we're going to be in such a high demand after this. It's like, there shouldn't be no time for, excuse my French, that bullshit. It's just childish, you know? Like, we are healers.
Yeah. It's an important duty that we're tasked with on earth. Yeah.
It's a divine responsibility, not to get too deep, but it is a divine responsibility. You're literally in charge of everybody else's vibration. So what you put out there, you know, you got to be careful. And your intention behind what you play. Drummers, bass players, guitar players, singers, whatever. It shouldn't be jealousy or hatred towards your next musician. We're like literally brothers and sisters in the light.
Yeah, we are.
That shit is getting old.
And it feels like a hard reset is being placed and, like, kind of like imposed upon Earth and you know, us Earthlings. In a way, we are very cancerous to this Earth, and it does what it needs to do to purge itself. Let me not even go there because we're gonna be here all day. That's a whole nother episode. But I do agree. Short answer, I agree with you. So do you have any, like, questions for me, or did you want to, like, say anything to the people?
To the people, just do the best you can at this time, but also allow yourself to have different experiences, especially listening to different music. Take the time out to try something different. I mean, I know I am. Even coming up with different songwriting ideas, and I'll send them out to whoever when I feel like it. You know.
Yeah, I've gotten a couple emails from you.
I got you. And as far as questions for you, when is your next project coming out?
Deeper Look Within. I don't fucking know. That's just the truth of it, because I had a release date scheduled for May the 2nd. And I had, like, plans. My team and I had plans to really, like, bring this project to life, with, like, some visuals and different, like, interactive moments with, like, you know, the people of the community and the people that want to come out and just have fun. But with this current state of the world, like, half of it is impossible to do right now because of social distancing. I'm very much so still actively, like, engaging in the music and in the project, and the project is still coming out. It's just right now it's up in the air as to how it's going to be released and when. But I do know that it is something that's necessary, and the type of music that I create, it does have that healing power. So I want to be very intentional with whatever next move and next step that, you know, we choose to take. But I don't know. And I think that's just the reality for so many of us, is we don't know. And I'm okay with that right now. Yeah. Same. Thanks for asking.
No, you're welcome.
But Potential Gonna Pay is still coming out. I just don't know.
There we go. It's still on.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining us again
welcome.
For A Deeper Look with ND. Yeah, I think this is great work that we're doing. And you're right. Like, as musicians and as people who are in love with music, it is a supreme duty that we have been gifted with. And I can't wait to see what we'll create together with other people out here. Like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited.
This was good. This was really good. I enjoyed it. Like,
yeah.
This was cool.
I'm happy. Thank you so much. And keep in touch.
For sure. Y'all be easy, all right?
Thank you. Bye.
All right. Peace.
This concludes our episode of A Deeper Look Within, featuring bass player and arranger Darion Alexander. Please be sure to support this artist at his Cash App, $Bass Musico 37. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time.